The madman did it. He actually did it. He kept his campaign promise, and he is soon going to be releasing the JFK, RFK, and MLK assassination documents with this larger executive order, which is absolutely monumental and historic. As, of course, I have a lot of experience talking about these very particular, important stories that a lot of powerful agencies don't want you talking about. As, of course, there's a lot of conspiracy here. There's a lot of lore. There's a lot of hidden facts here. There's a lot of details to these cases that we're going to be bringing up here to essentially make the larger argument that there's a potential that we might have some of the biggest bombshells ever delivered on the American public. Now, will that actually happen here, or will there be some other things at play here that, of course, unfold in a way that prove that there's more government shenanigans? What's going to really unfold here? Well, I think time will only tell, as, of course, here's the clip of Donald J. Trump officially doing this major thing that I am super excited about to fully see for myself.
To the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, Senator Robert F. Kennedy, and the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
That's a big one, huh? A lot of people are waiting for this for years.
Oh, yeah.
For decades.
Oh, yeah.
And everything will be revealed.
We hope so.
Okay? Give that to RFK Jr.
Yes, sir.
He, of course, is giving that pen right there to RFK Jr., who, of course, had his father and his uncle taken out by what a lot of people are seeing as the kind of deep state and intelligentsia. As, of course, a lot of people are now wondering, why is it taking so long to find out what actually happened here? The details, the facts of these larger cases. Why has the government been keeping this so close to their chest and not actually been transparent, not actually been open, not actually be honest with the American people for so frickin' long? As I really do hope, we're going to get a purview, a perspective on this, since there's a lot of circumstantial evidence that proves that the federal government was involved here. As, of course, this order now could essentially highlight the decades of lies, of the corruption, of the larger deep state cover-up that we know absolutely happened here, since, of course, the official version of events here do not make sense at all. When you look at the larger JFK story, there was a U.S. House Select Committee on Assassinations that even concluded themselves that this assassination was a result of a conspiracy. And, of course, you needed a conspiracy to pull off every single thing that happened with the magic bullet theory, the grassy knoll, the school book depository building that showed no way in that amount of time Lee Harvey Oswald could, of course, get that many shots off. As, of course, now we also had the cover-up of that, as Lee Harvey Oswald was also taken out, was also assassinated. Now, when we look at the RFK story, that's another weird, crazy story. As, of course, Sirhan, the guy who allegedly did it, claimed that he has no memory of the assassination at all. His lawyer actually argued that he was hypnotized or brainwashed. As, of course, it's also important to note here, the firearm that he had held 8 bullets, even though there was 13 shots fired at RFK Jr. At RFK. That RFK Jr. is now arguing that specifically it wasn't Sirhan that took the life of his father. And then, of course, we have the story of MLK Jr., another weird story where a jury, a court proceeding inside of the United States, ruled that the government was involved in a larger conspiracy to murder MLK and frame James Earl Ray. As, of course, there's a lot of members of the MLK family that believe the government was absolutely involved here. We actually interviewed MLK's lawyer here, specifically on this channel. We asked him about the larger kind of speculations here when it comes to the assassination of MLK that, of course, a lot of people have a lot of very significant questions on. We also, of course, talked to William F. Pepper, someone that, of course, I knew myself that passed away actually last year. I can't believe I just found out about this. That's really sad here. He was the lawyer that represented the MLK family in this larger case here that, of course, exposed through these court proceedings that, yeah, there was a larger plot here by the government to take out all of these particular individuals. There, of course, was COINTELPRO. There was mind control. There was intelligence agencies run amok that were controlling the corporate media, all, of course, with the commission hearings that we heard through Congress that even exposed that they had a secret heart attack gun. And will we get a new church commission style type of hearing where a lot of these facts get actually disclosed to us in full now instead of redacting it, instead of hiding it from the general public? I wish, I hope, and I think if there ever was a moment in American history where almost everything could be unraveled, this is it. And it's an incredible moment. It's an awesome time to be alive since, of course, covering the RFK, the JFK, the MLK kind of larger assassinations that happened, in my opinion, based off the federal government going after them. This is something that I've been just itching at the bits just to get the information so we could make up our own minds, so we could actually understand it fully. And the government covering everything up here already kind of showed their hands here to this larger complicity. And even if, let's just say these documents are a nothing burger, let's just say hypothetically, right? Why were they messing with this? Why were they still classifying it? Why were they still fighting so dearly to not release these documents? If you remember, Donald Trump in 2016 said, I'm going to release the JFK files. He even came out publicly. He says, I'm going to release the JFK files. I'm going to do it, guys. And then the CIA came to him and said, you're not going to release it. And then Donald Trump didn't release them. And then there was a number of documents that still never made the light of day. And we never fully got an understanding to what the hell happened here. But this was a larger hallmarker of saying, holy cow, the intel agencies just told the president of the United States he will not be releasing any documents. And Donald Trump acquiesced. And I remember covering this all the way back in 2016, 2017, I believe. I was like, holy cow, this highlights how the intel agencies are far more powerful than the president of the United States, as they're the ones calling the shots here, even though Donald Trump promised it. He said it again and again and again and again. But when push came to shove, the intel agencies won. This time around, something different is happening here as the intel agencies, the Bushes, the relatives of Lyndon B. Johnson, and all these other larger conspirators revolving around Cuba and the mafia and all these other larger nefarious types of people, all connected to the larger, more secretive, darker elements of government. Well, probably not happy today, as of course this is a great day for me, as we are going to be waiting very anxiously. I told my team, set up the alerts, watch every time, check as much as you can. As soon as these documents drops, we got to publicize them. We're going to do that on twitter.com/@LukeWeAreChange. Follow me on there, and follow us also on lukeunfiltered.com. We have been talking about conspiracies for so long, and now finally, we are vindicated. We have been vindicated within the last few years. If you look at conspiracy theorists, we're batting 100. We're the ones that overwhelmingly have been proven right time and time again, highlighting how, oh man, yeah, those guys who we thought were crazy, they're fortune tellers over there. They're frickin' the ones who were right all along, especially after 2020 and 2021. Everyone's like, wait, hold on there. Oh, wait, really? Yes, it's that bad, plus much worse. And then it gets even worse the further you get down deep the rabbit hole. So we like to go down the rabbit hole, especially with members-only videos on lukeunfiltered.com. So if you haven't signed up yet, what are you doing? Sign up. It's quick. It's easy. It's like 20 cents a day. You can sign up for $8 a month. It's nothing. It's not even a Starbucks order. Stop going to Starbucks, make your own coffee, and then support independent media. Don't support all these larger corporations. Support independent media. And truly, your support is more important than ever, since we're also dealing with huge amounts of extensive attacks against, of course, this independent media organization. But once again, the story specifically with MLK, people are probably asking, why is MLK involved here? Well, because he was probably also assassinated by the U.S. federal government that took him out. As of course, he also represented a larger threat against the current status quo. Why was JFK assassinated? Well, he He wasn't playing ball. He wasn't playing ball, especially with the larger kind of incursions the CIA wanted to make. He wasn't playing ball with a lot of other foreign governments that people don't like to talk about. You look at RFK, he looks like he wanted to have vengeance specifically for his brother that was just taken out, which RFK Jr., according to a lot of sources, knew. Yeah, the government was involved here, and it was probably Lyndon B. Johnson. Roger Stone did a great book and did a huge amount of extensive research on this. Check out Roger Stone and the larger kind of JFK conspiracy. Go check out that book here because it's worth revisiting, especially on the backdrop of, the attempted assassination on Donald J. Trump that happened during the last presidential election cycle that almost saw the president of the United States have his head blown off in HD in front of everybody. And we are so lucky that, of course, never happened. As, of course, in the 1960s, a lot of these politicians, they didn't have any luck. My words of advice for Donald Trump is amazing work, incredible work, major victory. But let's keep it going because you're working up against elements that are going to be very pissed off at this, and they're very nefarious, and they're very evil. And the main way that they wield their power is, of course, extortion, and by controlling other individuals through, of course, the really bad, pervy, bad stuff they did on private islands with little babies and little children. Expose that, you take away a lot of their power. You take away a lot of their influence. You take away, and you're able to hold accountable some of the most nefarious, most evilest, most twisted, sickest people, most likely to be sociopathic within our own government that are going to try to derail you every step of the way and are going to be looking for redemption. The best way to redemption is, of course, use the people that they have under their control. Get rid of their foot soldiers. Get rid of all the people being extorted right now and release the Epstein client list. It is essential. Donald Trump, if you're listening or his family's listening or any of his advisors are listening, it is essential. I've been in this for 20 years. I'm not, I wasn't born yesterday. I've been studying, looking into assassinations and researching this for so frickin' long. Listen, this is the time. You got to act quick. You got to act fast because if you don't do, if you don't fulfill, if you don't take them out quickly, peacefully, non-violently, through disclosure, through public information, through this larger kind of information war, they have 7 ways to Sunday, just like Chuck Schumer said, in ways of getting back at you. So, again, clearly, Trump has now pissed off the CIA that told him, don't do this. He listened to them once. He didn't listen to him now. And I think this is a different Trump. This is a different government. This is a different... The vibe has shifted. The energy here is different. And it's absolutely... incredible here. The guy's on fire. He just signed an executive order banning central bank digital currencies. He's actually arresting the illegal criminals. He's actually going after the DEI. He's actually trying to stop the war in Ukraine. He just freed Ross. He just pardoned all the J6ers. What else could we ask for? As of course, this is the way forward. If you agree, share this video with your friends and family members. It is more imperative than ever. Question everything, especially when the government does it. Check out the latest revelations as soon as they come out. There's probably going to be a fight. There's probably going to be a lot of redacted. No. Trump just said, decreed through executive order, release all of it. He knows, as you saw through the video, he knows this is going to be a major bombshell. Good. The American people deserve a major bombshell of truth to be rained down on them through these larger disclosures that are going to be hopefully setting all the things right in our society that, of course, has been run by a lot of individuals that wrong politicians that try to make a change here for the better. Donald Trump also probably is in danger for doing this. I mean, I think he already knows. He has been in danger. Shouts out to Donald Trump. Shouts out. Give respect where respect's due. You know, a lot of these naysayers, a lot of these people, a lot of these black pill suppository takers, a lot of these individuals like, he's not going to do it. He's the problem. The guy has nothing to. He has no reason to fulfill his campaign promises. He's not going to be running again. He's building his legacy, and he's keeping every campaign promise. Incredible work, something that you never see presidents do. Presidents always talk a good game. Barack Obama talks a good game, never delivers. This guy's delivering. He deserves your respect, especially with this major move, which we know he tried to do before, couldn't do. Now he did it. Major respects to Donald Trump, who is setting himself up to be one of the or if not already, the best president ever. If you agree, get this video out there. I love you guys. Stay tuned for more here on youtube.com/wearechange. The next video, hopefully, as soon as these documents drop, we're going to be going through them one by one, reporting to you all the latest revelations as they come out. I love you guys. Stay tuned for more here on youtube.com/wearechange.